Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Fez. I'm Nye. So, searched around the game world, looked for details on these final few puzzles, didn't find anything. Like, I tried for a while. Didn't find any details, didn't find any hints. So after a couple days, I decided, you know what, screw it. Let's go looking online for some hint ideas. And like the hints were not so subtle, so I ended up getting answers instead. So then I went to look up, what are the reasons for the answers? Because what kind of interests me is that I didn't see much in the way of like direct hints about these, and it turns out it's because there's a kind of fundamental misunderstanding I had about the way the game actually works. So the idea of the game is there are three difficulties for the puzzles, right? So the first difficulty level is just it's the regular cubes. That is just you've learned game mechanics. Whoop-de-doo. Congratulations. The second difficulty level is the anti-cubes. This is come up with interesting puzzles you have to solve. Go do weird things, especially 3D worlds. So lots of stuff going on with anti-cubes. And then there's the red cubes that I accidentally solved one of them on my own. And the red cubes are kind of interesting because they're a whole level removed from the rest of the game. Like, the red cubes are basically meta cubes, is how I want to put that. I went the wrong way. They're basically meta cubes. It's something kind of removed from the game, treating the game as a game, as opposed to being kind of an immersive experience. So the red cube that I solved was it's on this face, isn't it? No? Which face is it on? It should be this face. Face of the bell, right? No, not the bell. This face. Yes? No. This face. So there's a whole thing removed about some of these puzzles. It's not treating the game like an immersive experience where you are working within the bounds of the game. It's treating the game as if it's a game and working through it. And the problem is I would have never gotten these puzzles. So let's start with the first one. This. So I didn't mess with this. I moved it around, I spun it around, but what I never pressed was the use button. The book opens. So the book has writing in it. But the problem is, you're sitting there going, hey, well, couldn't you have just decrypted this? Like, once I opened the book, could I have done it? I could have, and I tried before going to the next hint. The problem is it's gibberish. There's all of this is it's gibberish. Just a string of letters that means nothing whatsoever. Except it does. So the problem is that symbol right there, and we saw that symbol before in the old city that was meant to indicate like three-dimensional space. So you have to read this book in 3 dimensions. Now, I'm not 100% sure what that actually means. Like, I tried to follow along the solution, and I didn't get it. What I kind of understood is you find the starting point on one of the pages, and then read straight through the book or something. I don't 100% get it. You're supposed to read it like a cube, is what I understood. I never would have gotten it. So, the book reads, "From out of nowhere, impossible visitors, our benefactors, watching over us in the hidden folds of space in front of behind. Give the golden gift, a deep revelation, our eyes wide open. Shapes to tessellate with sacred geometry, an empire to build. A new perspective, things unseen, but always there, a new direction. The hexahedron, the 64-bit name of God. The point of origin. A pattern, a code, a deep understanding, a gate to the stars. All of time and space, and the space outside of space, where does it end? And I'm gathering that some of that is supposed to be hints to other things in the game. There's one in particular that I think it really specifically refers to. But yeah, I never would have gotten it. Now, the book itself is not the puzzle, but it has a lot to do with the puzzle, and the puzzle is this. Now, I'm just going to read the description of this solution to you, because I'm not 100% sure I could directly paraphrase this, because the solution is so weird. So apparently, Fez releases on the Xbox Live Arcade, the original release, on April 13, 2012, 4/13/2012. So you get those numbers, 4132012. So the tome, which we just looked at, has that dimension symbol on it. So then it goes into the concept that if you have a fourth dimensional object, it would cast a three-dimensional shadow. I got no idea where this person came to that conclusion, but they decided to assume that this right here, this spinning monolith, is a fourth dimensional object. So it would cast, not that this is a fourth dimensional object, but that this monolith is the shadow of a fourth dimension object. So what I am not 100% sure where they get this from. So the tome, its page order numbers, the order you read the pages is page 1, 5, 2, 6, 3, 7, 4, 8. Don't ask me, I got no idea. So apparently, if you reorder the number 4132012 following that same order, it comes to 4011322. So then they translated that into Fezian numbers. Like the actual, these numbers. Which ended up being like UUC, backward C, square, N. So then apparently it decided to think of those as arrows. So for example, the one that you see right here, let's say that's the U, right? That's one. So looking at that would be a down arrow. So U's would be down arrows, a C would be left, the backwards C would be right, square would be jump, like it has been with the normal Tetranomino puzzles, and would be up. So from that, they concluded that that the code you do here is down, down, left trigger, right trigger, jump, up. Let's try that again. Down, down, left trigger, right trigger, jump, up. Okay. Do I have to do it in the right position? I have to do it in the right position. Okay. Down, down, left trigger, right trigger, jump, up. I don't know. Oh, what am I doing? I completely got myself off position. Okay, we're good. Down, down, left, right, jump, up. Hold on a second. I might be in the wrong position. Let's try moving to that position. That one. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. Down, down, left trigger, right trigger, A, up. Okay. So there's the second red cube. So again, never would have gotten that on my own. You found A. We don't even know what it is. Okay. So, cute. So that's that. So now we gotta go here. Okay, so all well and good, right? So how do you solve the other puzzle? Well, the other puzzle, I would have never come up with it just because I wouldn't have thought this way. So this is the security question. So what is my name? The first half is what it is, and the second half is who made it, or something like that. I can't remember the exact wording of the puzzle. So it's this puzzle. Let me up. Okay, so the total text is, please answer the security question, what's my name? And the second panel says, security question hint, my first half is what it is, my second half is half of what made it. So this is where things get kind of bizarre, because this is where I really talk about that, you have to take a step back and treat this like a game. So, in the last puzzle, we had to do a lot of weird puzzle solving in ways that treated this like a kind of a game. It was thinking in different ways. It may also be, a lot of people found that answer to the monolith puzzle, not by that answer. That solution, as far as I can tell, came after the actual code was found. What a lot of people found is they brute forced the puzzle. They actually went through the code of the game and found that code. So that may be what you were supposed to do in the first place. This one's a little bit different. So, here's the thing. Who is the my? Who's the speaker? When it says, what's my name, who is it? Well, it's referring to the concept of this being a game. Well, take a step back from whatever you're doing. What are you doing? You're going metaphor, or you're touching the meta. A lot of things. The first half is meta. I don't get the 100% why meta is the word question, but you get the meta. Then the second answer, my second half is half of what made it. Well, it is the game. So the game is what it is. Who made the game? Polytron. What's the second half of Polytron? Tron. Combine the two together, meta and Tron. What I understand is it's also supposed to be a reference to one of the lines both in the book, but also told to you by one of the owls, the 64-bit name of God. I'm not 100% sure where 64 comes into it, but supposedly that's supposed to have something to do with the answer. So the idea is just that all these blocks, we just have to rotate them to specifically say Metatron. Okay, after a lot of pointless twisting around, remember that you can twist with your block, and that will turn it relative to everything else. So after all is said and done, once we have moved all of our blocks, supposedly they have to be evenly spaced, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that happens. So, trust me when I say that this spells Metatron. And the idea is that we just turn it, and we get the last one. Okay, so are we done? No. Not quite. You found a thing. Okay. So, I understand those answers. Really, I do. And I would like to think that there is a chance that I may have maybe solved this eventually. I'd like to trust in my own intelligence and believe that I could have come up with it, but really the answer is I couldn't have. I wouldn't have thought to go, one realm beyond, especially with the book puzzle. but we're not quite done, because the game is actually lying to us right now. See, the game is telling us, if you go look at that map, that we're done, that we have solved every puzzle, we have been every place, and the problem is there's one left. Now, this one got brute forced, which is a term that several of you know because I like to brute force my puzzles. But the game got brute forced, and by that I mean this puzzle that I'm about to solve was solved not by figuring it out, but it was solved by people looking at the code and getting the answer. I've done a lot of digging throughout the net, and I can't figure out, and this is what annoys me, how you were supposed to get this answer. It doesn't seem to make sense. So we need to go here. If we climb up, we have a heart. That's nice. That's lovely. Isn't that wonderful? Look at that. Look at that. We have a heart. That's wonderful. That's so nice. Let's destroy it. Okay, so we're here. We have this heart. Lovely music. Let's destroy it. So here's the thing. You actually have to go into the menu to do this. And first, you look at the red letters artifact and put in a code. Left trigger, right, right, left, right, left, left, left. Here's the thing. There's no solution for it. It doesn't tell you you did anything. Now let's go to the numbers artifact and enter right, 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 left, right, right, left, left. Solution happens, and it breaks the heart. And the game. And that's it. So that's it. Now, I have seen some reports saying that the game glitches out at this point. Supposedly, if you're on Xbox, the game can actually break now and lose you your save. I don't know if they fixed that or not. But, so that happens. If we go back to the heart room, it's not there. I mean, the heart room is there, but the heart isn't. It's gone permanently. It never comes back. By the way, we can still go first person. There's no, this isn't the same ending we had previously. There's no anything. There's this weird square here. Nobody can seem to figure out what it does or why it's here. So, the thing that kind of annoys me right now is that particular puzzle, and I searched, I looked, maybe someone else knows something I don't, but I looked. No one knows why that's in there, what it means, if it means anything, or how you're supposed to get that solution without brute forcing the puzzle. You have to brute force it. That's the thing. You have to actually go into the code and find that. What's weird is that that's the only puzzle that is sent through the actual menu, as opposed to being done basically any other way. What's also kind of weird about that is that apparently the code doesn't care where you are. You can put that in anywhere. It only does something there. People have asked, what about this camera? You guess what I'm saying? Plus, there's the eye thing. Yep, he wouldn't be able to look. So, I don't know. Things are just, it's bizarre. There's no real solution. There's no real, there's not really a story here. It just, no one seems to know. And that irritates me. I'm completely okay with having an answer that I could not have solved myself. Believe me when I say I'm fine with that. I don't have any illusions to being the most intelligent guy on the block, believe me. So I've got no problem with that. But not having any idea how to solve a puzzle and no one else knows how to solve it? Now keep in mind, the devs outright said, hey, there's one more puzzle y'all have yet to solve. Get on it, basically. People tried. It just never seemed to happen. Where is that? Is that the platform I saw? That one over there? Huh. Yeah, there's supposed to be another puzzle. Somewhere. Some other solution that we don't know. That's the problem. We don't know what it is. Now, there is one other thing. One last deal. I don't know how you were supposed to find this in the game. But apparently, if you just find this, if you press up, 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 and jump, That apparently it's not working for me. Oh, there we go. Now we can fly. Why can we fly? I don't know. Apparently the game's a lot faster when you fly. You just go hovering around, go finding stuff. Helps that one puzzle where I had those invisible platforms. I couldn't figure out how to get to them. But we can fly. We can go places. Neat. Well, guys, that's about it. We've done everything. Everybody agrees that this is basically the end. There's some weird puzzles that haven't been solved yet. There's... The clouds went away. Apparently I'm at the top of the world. Apparently there is some concentric rings in the game that seem to belong to a puzzle, but nobody knows what it is. I can't tell if I'm still moving. My eyes are playing tricks on me. Yeah, there's some concentric circles in the game. Nobody knows what they are, why they exist, what they do. Supposedly we have... Oh, hello. Wait, that's weird. There's still clouds here. Why are there clouds over here where there weren't clouds where I was... That's bizarre. Yeah, there's all kinds of weird oddness. You know, there's the concentric circles thing. Nobody really knows why there are concentric circles or, what those actually mean. Apparently, if you throw some of the soundtrack through a spectrogram, there are pictures in it. There's numbers. There's that code that was inside the classroom. Nobody knows what that does, apparently. It's just weird. We have a lot of weird. That's the end of it, I guess. There's clouds on this screen. And clouds on this screen. But not this one. Or this one. I don't know. It's more Fez weirdness. Overall, and I don't think you guys will be surprised to hear this, I really liked the game. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the puzzles. I did enjoy there were some that I was never going to be able to solve, but then again, the game did give me 100% completion. It gave me all of the achievements for what I did do. Yeah, there were no achievements tied to those red puzzles. So I guess that's a thing. Can I still go left? Yes, I can. It seems like the clouds only spawn over a certain area, and maybe the reason why I don't have clouds here is because I'm too far off to one side. I'm kind of curious how far I would fall if I actually decided to fall, to let go. A part of me wants to see how high up this goes. Because keep in mind, I am actually flying up. But games don't usually have unlimited space upwards. There's usually like a limit, right? There's a point where you can no longer go up. Not Fez. We can go up forever. To really soothing, peaceful music. With these same clouds over and over and over. I enjoyed Fez. It was a lot of fun. Very interesting. Very unique. Ah, one last thing. Some people think there may be something to stereoscopic 3D mode. Maybe that does something. Maybe it shows you something that you couldn't have seen previously. I'm probably never going to go look. I don't gain much out of stereoscopic 3D, I'll be honest. But it's interesting. Alright, y'all. This has been Let's Play Fez. I'm Nye. And that's the end.